What's up, guys? I got a little different view today, uh, and it's hot here in my barn. So I'm gonna try to walk over there every now and again, but I've got a buddy over there working, and he is digging into some walls. So, all right. What's up, Michael? Hey, Ron. What's up, Drew, Joshua, Paul? Awesome, man.
What's up, man?
What's up? I just talked to Deirdre, so I felt like I don't have to tell her hi again. Uh, Let me get Mr. Sean in here. And Dirk. Wonderful. Okay,
Have.
cool. What's up, Joshua?
Just a quick question. Do you have any time today to just hop on a quick call just to talk over some things?
Might have to be tomorrow morning uh,
Okay.
on this. And so my dad and son's birthday is tomorrow. And so
Okay.
I'm balancing a few things for dinner tonight with them. So, but
Sounds good.
I will if I can, dude. I'll shoot you a text. But
Okay.
let's schedule
Awesome.
something. Will you text me after this call and then let's get something scheduled?
Will do. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Hey, Dirk. I ain't getting that wrong again, man. I don't know if you can hear me. Did you hear me, Dirk? I don't know if he heard me. That's all right. Hey, Miss Peggy. Hey, Tyrell, you in the office, man. Thought you were on a baseball
Hey,
field.
what's up?
Did they win?
No, they lost,
Well,
but
dadgummit.
it was
Did your
sure
boy
fun
do
to watch.
did your boy do any good?
Yeah, he did okay. He's pitching for the first time this year, so
Yeah.
it was fun to watch.
Okay. Okay. Well, so I've got something, and guys, I'm going to be walking back and forth between my barn and then the living quarters here. I got like a she shed or I don't know what it's called. I don't know what they're called. But it's really hot in here and I've got a guy working in there and it's really loud, so I'm gonna kind of just beat bop back and forth. But I started out with something yesterday and I'm gonna do Deirdre, I'm gonna do the same and then I'll come to you with the question. On the platinum call, and it worked really well. Several of you were there, so you don't have to do this. But I want you guys to come off of mute. Is there anybody who does not have their LLC set up? And Tyrell, I know you just joined.
Yeah, just started. Yeah.
Is there anybody who doesn't have their LLC set up?
So I just set one up myself in California, just going through do you think I should structure it differently or look into setting it up in a different state?
Where have you bought any houses in it and stuff? Hi guys.
There's no houses currently owned in it. No, not yet. I
Okay.
just did flips and, wholesales and stuff.
Okay. And I mean, it's okay, man. Like that's okay. But I would like to have because you're going to be buying in you're selling in Georgia right now to us. Where's your other deal?
Yep.
South Carolina?
Uh, yeah, they're in South Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, they're going to make you do like a foreign entity on that. And so you should probably go ahead and have the conversation with them so you don't have to pay a lot for the foreign entity piece. Um,
Okay.
okay. I'll come right.
And then, yeah, and then doing an innovation out here in California. So
Hey, a good one.
be 50 grand.
Yup.
Yeah.
Grand with no expense, dude. I love the Novation game, man. That was it a
Yeah.
pretty clean, actually no, I'm not going to get off track. I will come back to that.
Yeah.
Um, who else has not set up their LLC?
We have our set up. I just wanted to get on the call with the people that you linked us to, just to make sure that everything was set up correctly. Because ours is still in Arizona, so when we buy in Tennessee, it's going to be a foreign entity as well.
Okay.
So, but I just wanted to make sure it was all set up right because we set it up when we had zero experience.
Okay. That's okay. And so the benefit of these guys is they're going to review it for you anyway. And just if it's good, they're just going to tell you it's good. So, but part of your guys' package is they will set up your LLC at cost with me. And so I'm going to drop the link here. So, Tyrell, do you guys have an LLC? No, not yet. Okay.
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, here is Dirk. Do you have one? You probably have some of your houses already in them, I would assume.
I have one that's in Hawaii, but
Okay.
maybe I need to get one that's on the mainland.
Where do you have you picked out your market yet?
Uh, I'm considering Ohio, Missouri right now.
Okay. Missouri, like St. Louis?
St. Louis, Kansas City, both areas.
You ain't gonna go wrong with either one of those. So,
Okay.
yep.
So should I have an LLC that's stationed in Missouri then? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need one in Missouri. Damn it, man. Got a wasp on me. All right, we'll go ahead and walk over there. Yep. So you're going to need one in Missouri. Let them know that you're only probably going to be buying in Missouri, though. That way they don't set one up in like Kansas and Missouri. And you pay two filings. No point in really doing that. So one
Hmm.
LLC in one location is usually going to be plenty. People will suggest LLCs for every state you buy in. I don't recommend that. Okay. If you got 5 million in Kansas City and then 5 million in Missouri, fine. That's fine. But not a million or 2.5 million aggregate. One LLC is more than enough. So, Carrie, you got your LLC? Sorry.
Yeah, I've got one that I set up in 23 when I thought I was getting started, and it's been sitting with no activity. But I just kept the state filings going, so I'm keeping it alive
Cool.
and going to use it.
I did the wrong freaking post again. Deirdre, thank you. Okay, cool. So, guys, this is just something I want you guys to all get out of the way. So, Tyrell, there's a link in there. Book that call with those guys. It's part of your guys' package. Get it out of the way so that whenever you get a deal, you're not chasing it. Okay, chasing the LLC structure.
Yeah. So you recommend we market it where we are living, just here in Utah? You start with that.
The LLC?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, probably. Most likely. I would like to see where you're going to be buying houses at. And if it's Utah, if it's for sure Utah, like then yeah, go ahead. But if you're living in Utah and you were planning, because we just started together, so I don't know exactly what your buy box looks like yet or your marketing locations. But if you're planning on buying in a different state, then we should wait a little bit. Let's figure out what state we're going to be buying in. Do you think you'll be buying in Utah?
I'm open to suggestions, recommendations. I'm not sure what would be best really at this point, but
Okay. You're gonna figure it
yeah.
out while you're here. Like
Yeah.
I take you through like how to determine a market and whatnot. And
Okay.
so why don't you go ahead and set the call up and it's totally fine to be in Utah for your LLC.
Okay. Just plan on that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And if you feel during the call like it's not a good idea, then just hold off. It's totally fine. We can always go back and redo it with them.
Yeah.
Cool. Amanda, you got yours? Cool. All right. Wonderful. Okay, guys. Awesome. All right, Deirdre, I've got one more thing that I'm going to teach you guys today that I want to go through that worked really well yesterday. But let's get through some of your questions to make sure you guys are taken care of. So go ahead, Deirdre.
And you may tell me to drop this in the Facebook group, and that's fine. I put in an offer on a house in Florida. It happens to be right in the same area as my parents. And so I just wanted to know about long-term rental versus short-term rental. I don't think it is something that I'm going to want to owner finance or just do the little bit of repairs and put it back on the market necessarily.
Okay. And what is the question about the short term or the long term?
Is there any advice, guidance, what to look for, what not to look for with that, or
Oh, and the property itself?
yes?
And by short term, you mean Airbnb, right? Or VRBO?
Yeah, they get about $5,200 in the high months for that particular model of house, and then it for 3 months, and then it drops to 4,200, and then it drops to 1,200.
Okay. No, I mean, Airbnbs can be phenomenal for it. The thing that you just want to be careful with, you don't have to look for anything differently for an Airbnb, but you just want to be ready for the customer service aspect of the Airbnb. It's just heavy,
Okay.
it's just heavy customer service. which
Is there
you
and
were probably
is
good.
there anything like the average rent is 2,500 for that model if you do long-term rental, which then you don't have to furnish it? Is there like a pro or a con to either one of those? I think that's I just don't know enough about
Yeah, like which one makes the most, but does it make the most sense to do it?
for
Right?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll throw that for me in there part.
I know. Well, that's what makes it a little bit trickier. From a math standpoint, if you're willing to do the Airbnb, it's going to do better for you from a cash flow standpoint. They just do good. Most Airbnbs in a good location, you have good customer service, you're going to do good with it.
Okay.
It
My
just
dad only lives 4 miles away, so
well, and that's I think the piece is that you do have somebody that could really add to a customer service by showing up at the house because sometimes it's required when it's an Airbnb. I only have two Airbnbs, and they're fine. I don't mind them. They do just fine. They make more than my owner financing properties, but they require way more work. And so, because for me, I'd rather make 600 a month and never hear about it again versus making 1,200 a month and having to always be on top of it. For some of
okay.
you, as you're starting, do the work, make more, makes
Okay.
sense for you. And then in the future, you can always decide to do what is, there are websites, is it Furnish Finder? Furnish Finder. I think it's $69 a year. And you can put it on there and you get constant bids on your property for 6 month stints at a time. Where somebody will say, "Hey Deirdre, I'll pay you 33. I know you want 5 grand a month through Airbnb, but I'll pay you 3,300 for the next 6 months."
Okay. Awesome. That was it. I did put in an offer not knowing what I was going to do. Even it's at 72%.
Oof. Well, that works no matter what then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Nothing wrong with Airbnbs, guys. They work. I like them. I've thought about it. My brain can't help but want to do this. Like this place is basically ready now, and it's not our home. It's just the barn. And I've been thinking about Airbnb this thing out. And my wife's aggravated with me because she's like, "Why? That's just our place that we hang out." But I can't help but like want to do that because I know I can cover this mortgage payment by Airbnb in and out. So, good question. Paul?
Hey Travis, so I had that one house I was talking to you about last time that you told me I offered 200,000.
Yes.
So I did offer it and they took it. They didn't like it at first. They took a week to think about it. I followed up with them this morning and
Okay.
they do like the price, but the thing that happened is we're on a good relationship and they liked the price and everything was going good. But then she had her sister get involved, and her sister's like a ex-attorney assistant or something like that. And she was asking me a bunch of
Okay.
questions, and now they don't trust me. Basically, I couldn't answer their stuff fast enough for them. I didn't have a closing attorney set up yet. I told them I would be looking for that after I get the contract. And so basically, they don't trust me no more. I did set up a follow-up call with the owner next week, but I'm not sure what I should do or how I can get their trust back. Which the price was good. I had a realtor check it. I think everything will work out good as long as I can get their
Man,
trust
I
back.
can't believe they accepted the 200. I can't believe that was going to work. Of course, that would happen to you on that side of it. On your next call, Paul, I would encourage you to say this because getting the trust back, I don't know if the trust factor is going to happen, but we can prove it with facts, with things, and I'll explain what that means in just a second. So, I would take it all the way back on like, hey, like, I'm sorry, I'm newer to this. Um, but if you were to feel good about this, like I'm going to remove the trust word. If you were to feel good about this, about selling me the home, would you actually sell it to me at 200,000? And if they say yes, be like, okay, how can I earn this trust back? And if they say, I don't know, Paul, I'm not comfortable with it, then what I would rebuttal with is, hey, how about I get totally out of the equation here and I'm going to connect you with my local attorney that I now have, and I'm going to let them conduct the closing, right? They can't do anything wrong. You can't do anything wrong. They're going to fully take care of all of us. How does that sound?
Okay.
That's what I would do, man. Dadgummit. Man, is the call recorded? I'd like to listen to it.
Yes, I have all 4 calls recorded. I could send it to you if you want.
I don't want all four. I want the one that you lost it on. So which one went bad? Can you send
With
me
the
that one?
sister.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, give us the worst one. The one that you totally jacked up. Like I want that one in the Facebook group because people can learn from it and I can help you with it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll post that for you.
Okay.
So I basically gotta get a local attorney first, and then talk to them again, and just tell them we can let them handle everything, and hopefully they go through with it.
Maybe. I doubt it. But like go at it like you have nothing to lose here. Okay.
Hmm.
Like, hey, look, I know I totally messed this up, but like where did I mess this up for you? Well, Paul, you had no idea what you were talking about. Well, that's fair. I'm new. But I do know that I can buy that house for 200,000. So do you want to try to get back to that point?
Okay.
So
And
just try to bring it back, man. Like,
mhm.
hey, Paul, you're terrible to speak to. I know. I know. My English sucks. I'm terrible to speak to. Like, I know. It's my fault. I'm going to try to get better. And so, but would you sell me the house for 200 grand? Just keep bringing that back to the 200 grand, like
Okay.
every time.
All right. I'll call them next week. But I like to be truthful. So whenever I first talked to her, I did tell her I'm new to this. I'd done like 2 flips, but they're living flips. And I was in a mentorship even though I'm new. So, but then they asked about the mentorship, and then I told them it was like an online mentorship. And then they asked for your number, and then I
Dude,
didn't have your number.
just dig your shit, just dig it deeper, man.
Yeah.
It just, oh, this is awesome. Yeah.
So,
And I've actually never seen this guy either. He's actually never even on camera. I don't even know if that apprenticeship's a real thing. Just making it.
yeah. So now they don't trust me at all.
Oh, it's okay, man. It's okay. And I'm thankful you said it. And I'm glad that you're willing to, uh, I don't know what the right word is, but be vulnerable enough to like drop that in the group so we can all learn from it. Because to think that none of us have ever screwed calls up, Paul, you've screwed up one call. I've probably screwed up 150. Okay.
Mhm.
And so just know you're going to screw up another 100. But just learn from every one of them that you mess up. Okay. And so, and now we know to probably not bring up that you're in a mentorship. Check right there. Or they live
Right.
local to you down the street, right?
Mhm.
Something. So no more in the mentorship, and then try to bring it back to, hey, I can still buy this house for 200,000, which is what you want, right? Let's try that.
Okay. I'll try that. And could I get your phone number in the chat if you don't mind? Or
Yeah, dude.
could I message you?
Yeah, man. Maybe.
Okay. So I told her
It's
I'll
actually
set up
Drew's
a
number. So, no, I'm kidding. It's my number.
I'll call your
No, that's
leads,
fine.
Paul.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told her I'll call her next week. So I'll call her next week, and then I'll try fixing it.
Hey, um, you should do it before then.
Hmm.
Any reason why you wait that long?
No, not really. I
It's
just
just
told
because you
her.
don't want to do it, right? Like
I mean, I don't mind, but I told her next week. But I could do it sooner, maybe
you
like
should
tomorrow.
you should get it over with, man. I'd call her today. Be like, hey, I know I really messed this up. I talked to my online mentor who doesn't exist, and he told me to call you back and say this. So no, but just
Mhm.
call him back and be like, hey, I know I messed this up, but I still would like to buy it for 200,000 if you would like to sell it to me. Is that something you would like to do, or should I just cross this off both our plates?
Okay.
So either get the yes or get the no, right? You guys have probably, most of you have read the book Going for No. You got to get one or the other, dude. We don't stay in the limbo phase of things. Get the yes or get the no.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, for sure. I mean, this is, my mentor used to always tell me when we would like tiptoe around deals, he's like, my wife's never been like, he's like, my wife's either pregnant or not pregnant. She's not like, I don't know, like type of she's pregnant or not pregnant. And that's how we almost treat real estate is, we want to get them in or get them out. So, Drew, I had you next. I don't know if that's actually correct, but I had you next.
I think it is.
Okay.
So I got a deal. It's a town home in Augusta. So the ARV is 190.
Wow. It's a nice townhome for Augusta.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see, like that's what they all in that. Maybe it could be 175, but I found 3 comps in that same area of the same square footage, bedroom, bathroom count that closed 185 to 193.
Okay.
All right, she owes 60,000 on it. She is behind on her mortgage and in pre-foreclosure. She's so owes 60. I haven't seen this. She's supposed to send it to me, but it's 6,000 to bring it current, including all the fees and everything. Her monthly is 495 plus a 45% HOA or $45 HOA, excuse me. And so her rate on this is 3.5. She wants 150 for it. The catch on this is she wants to stay and rent back the unit.
Permanently?
Current rent is probably 1,000. She said she could afford to pay 750 a month.
It doesn't sound true. Why is the mortgage behind? But
Well, I have the answers to that if you want to know them, but
okay, I'm honestly just being facetious. So
I figured as much.
I think I'm in a joking mood, so I'm just being silly. I'm getting ready to share the screen, guys, so I can show you all these numbers. I want Tyrell. I really want you to see some of this stuff here. Okay. Man, 90 grand walk away. All right. What are you thinking?
Now,
sub 2, some now, some later?
Yeah, exactly. What I was thinking was, and I'm trying to think this through, but like if she just wants to live there, I could say, well, it's 1,000 a month. You pay the rent, 600 a month. The rest would be 400 divided by the walkaway, and you can live there for the next 18 to 20 years. I don't know. I don't want to pay her any walkaway money, right? But maybe I can build that into her rent there and just pay the $6 to get it current and take it over. That's what I'd like to do, obviously.
Okay. Talk me through that piece. That right there. Let's lay this out. So we pay the arrears, and then plan. Let's write plan here. So we catch up arrears at closing. So 6,000 at closing.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know what arrears are, so arrears just means she probably hasn't made her payment in about a year, maybe a year and a half. That's what that means. So she's behind on her mortgage, so her home is in arrears. Okay. All right. That's that.
The only thing missing from your numbers is 45 a month on the HOA. So I guess you could say the payment would be 540 a month.
Got it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
she wants 150.
Okay. And then she wants to stay.
She wants to stay.
And so you were saying, I want to get out what you were thinking. She will rent it back to you. Sorry, you will rent it back.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is like, all right, if it's 550 a month, like, all right, so 60,000 minus 150 is like what, 90,000, right?
Yep. Walk
away. All right. So if I charge her 1,000 a month, she's going to pay the 550. Let's just say that's going to be 450 a month. That needs to be dealt with, right?
Okay.
So there's 90,000 divided by 450 is 200 divided by 12 months a year. That would mean basically if I just let her live there for what it would cost to rent, but not charging her that and just using the rent to burn up her walkaway money. Does that make sense? Am I saying that right?
Well, let me see if I'm understanding it. So she'll pay
Yeah,
you 600 and you'll be giving her a $400 credit, right?
correct.
Cool, man. I like this. This is fun. This is a good way of being able to do it. Anything else on this? I've got some thoughts I'll share with you, but I want to get all your ideas out.
No, my thoughts were just how do I pick this up without having to give her that walkaway money? I could probably get her down to 130 on the walkaway. She's on a fixed income. She's retired. She's making 1,800 a month from Social Security. So she got behind because she had to use some of that money for some health things, and now she has that 1,800 a month coming in, but can't get enough to bring it out of foreclosure.
Yep. Yep.
So that's the deal.
Man, this is why just, you know, I wish everybody just went to church. They would be able to probably like help her with this or get her on some type of subsidy. This is why we have to do what we do is to be able to help people like this because she's literally going to lose her home, guys, and she's going to lose she's just going to leave. That's it. She's going to get nothing. Or
And
Drew has the opportunity to help her get $70,000 in a different way. It's amazing. Like it's amazing. Drew, there was like 40 homes last month that sold at auction in Augusta. 40, dude. That means there's not near enough investors in Augusta, not even close. And so, all right, I've got some thoughts on this. Actually, before I go into mine, does anybody have comments or thoughts on this or questions about this? This is a good deal. This is a very creative deal.
How old is she, Drew?
78,
Okay.
retired, and on this fixed income.
Okay. I was just curious because that divided would be 16 years.
Right. So it would probably be give her just enough to basically say you live there the rest of your life, right?
Right. Yeah.
Or pretty close
That's why I
to
was
it.
just wondering.
And that's what she wants to do.
So help me understand the walk away. So she's walking away with the 70,000. I'm just trying to connect.
Well, we got to
the
figure out
wings.
where that's coming from, right? Because I don't want to get a loan to buy it from her and then rent it back to her. So what I'm trying to do is say, well, look, the rent's 1,000, your payment's 600. You pay your 600 a month. That other 400 will just be basically a credit that you get, and you can use that every month to burn up that whole 70 grand, right? So if you divide 400 by 70 and then divide that number by 12, that would give you how many years she would be able to live there. And from my calculations, that was like 16, 17 years. So that I don't know if she'll go for it, but I don't know. That was where my mind was starting the call.
Probably going to go for whatever you say, to be honest.
I think you're right.
She's in pre-foreclosure. And so for a lot of you guys, when you find, and this situation is only going to happen more and more. And so, I mean, look at this income. Look at this fixed income. Like that sucks. And it goes up 3% a year, probably. And the cost of living goes up 18% a year, for things. And so it's silly. And so, Tyrell, we call anything over the amount that they owe on the property. So she owes 60 grand. Any amount over that the seller wants, we call that walkaway money, meaning that's the money they will walk away with at closing.
Okay.
Okay.
And so Drew, what's your profit on this deal? Just trying to connect the
Well,
dots.
We haven't got there yet.
yeah.
We haven't got there yet. We're just trying to figure out how to make it a deal.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Drew. Comment on it, man. Comment on it.
Well, a couple things like my profit would be, well, technically I'd pick up $190,000 value for 60 grand and just let the lady live there, right? And basically pay off that asset for me over the next 20 years. And then when she passes away, I can owner finance it or lease option it out to someone else or sell it, right? And in the meantime, utilize the equity.
Yeah.
So that would be that.
And let me point one more thing out, Tyrell. If this deal works, Drew's going to give her nothing at closing, which means he will buy this home for nothing.
Just the money it would cost me to get it out of foreclosure, which would be
thank you. The arrears.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
the
He'll buy that
arrears
home
is
for $6,000. He'll buy a $190,000 home for $6,000 that he can depreciate. He's literally, he bought equity. He bought a ton of equity with this. And he bought debt at 3%, 3.5%.
Yeah,
That's
awesome.
Yeah, it's really as good as it gets, honestly. It's super low debt, mostly principal payment, everything. So
Hey, in this case, Drew, you're renting it to her though, so you still have to cover repairs and things like that. So there's going to be some, is that true? You're going to have to keep this house up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of another thing that like you don't have income to take care of itself. So that's not like a make or break, but that's just something to think about.
Yep.
good call.
Totally.
Yeah,
Can I ask a quick question on the rent?
please.
Okay, so the rent's $1,000 a month. It says, and I wasn't paying attention at this part, which is probably why I'm asking this question. The tenant pays 600 and a $400 credit. What? She's only paying $600, or she's paying the 1,000, but she gets $400. I'm not understanding what the credit is versus what she's paying in rent.
So here's the thing. She's going to lose the house, right?
Mhm.
So then she's going to have to go rent, and she's going to go rent a place for $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is basically she keeps making the mortgage payment, and the difference on that rent, I basically use to pay off the walkaway money I'm going to owe her. So I owe her 70 grand month one. She gets $400 credit. Right now it's 69,600. Month two, 69,200. And so she lives there basically and burns up that walkaway money in rent over the course of her life. But basically she just makes the payment on it for the rest of her life and lives there. I mean, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know.
So are you paying, is the current rent $1,000 a month? I'm sorry, maybe that's what I'm not understanding.
She lives in
Her
it.
current-
She lives in it, Peggy. And so he's
Yeah,
just going to
I
rent
got
it back
that
to her.
For $1,000 a month or for $600 a month?
$1,000 a month. She's going to pay 600. He's going to give her a credit for 4.
Against the 70.
Thank you.
The 70 is gonna pay down with that 4. She's got annuity of 70,000 that Drew is gonna hold in escrow.
So where you're getting confused is just the rental rate. If I was going to go rent this unit to somebody else, not her, like if I bought it and she wasn't in it, I could rent it for 1,000 and this deal would work a lot better. But the caveat is this woman wants to stay in the home. But the other side of that is, right, then I can use that as leverage to get a good deal that works for both of us, because the deal we work out, even though she might make more money with somebody else, if she has to leave, it doesn't solve her problem.
Right. So she's currently paying the $495 plus the $45 a month HOA.
She would be moving forward. She has fallen behind on that 6 months, but yeah, that would be the idea.
So where's the 400? She's paying you 1,000.
Let me draw it, Drew. Let me draw it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So Peggy, Drew is charging her $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Drew,
so
600 go. Here, let me
taking
draw.
the 400 and putting it for escrow.
Let me draw it for you. She pays 600 to Drew. Drew owes her 70,000.
Yeah.
Drew owes her 70,000. So in August 1st, when she pays her rent, that $400 goes over here. And so it's 69,600 that Drew owes her.
And that's going into the escrow account. So she's paying 1,000. Technically, that 600 goes to Drew. The $400 he puts in an escrow account that she'll get later, and that's part of the 70,000.
You can do it like that, or it just vanishes over time. Yes.
Where you're getting confused is she's not paying me that 400. I'm basically paying that 400 for her out of the 70 grand I owe her. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm sorry. I was not understanding where. Yes, that makes
Well,
more
it's kind of complicated. I barely understand it, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? But we're working
So,
through it here.
so this works, man. This works great. And so so my couple points on this. Are there any more questions on this before I kind of add my input on how to do it?
I do.
Go
That
ahead.
495, does that include taxes and insurance? Or
Yes,
is that just PI?
Wow, it does?
I think so.
Let's
I'll double
go.
check. I'll have to double check that. That's a
Okay.
good question.
Because I was gonna say that would, just like with what Michael Lacey said, that would kind of blow it up if you had to do repairs and taxes and insurance on top of that.
Cool.
Yeah, good question. I'll find that out.
Any more?
Yeah, I had a question. How old is this townhome?
I don't know the answer to that.
So, and I don't know how things are in Georgia, but this is what I work in Texas. Uh, is it a good deal? I do think so. But I don't think that the 600 is going to cover your expenses forever, right? That 45 for the HOA is going to go up over time, and you're talking 16 years. And if there's any like major structural thing with the building, you're on the hook for that. So just something to keep in mind. My question would be, why are you making it so complicated with the credit for the $400? Because if she outlasts the 16 years, then she's screwed at 95, like when she's 95 years old. Why don't you just tell her you can live there for life at the 600 a month? And if she dies early, you make more money. If she lives past 94, then you lose money, I guess, technically, but you have the equity at the end versus, I don't know how you do a credit when she passes. Then the way I hear it is you owe the balance in that escrow account to whoever her beneficiary is or whoever her heir is. So you're on the hook for that money later versus
Unless I
if you
set it
just,
up to, if she dies, it goes to me.
yeah, just tell her I'm taking care of you, 600 a month for life. I hope you live forever. I'm going to take the loss. This is the right thing to do. And then it's not complicated. That's my question or my 2 cents.
Good points, man. Does anybody else feel like this is what life insurance companies discuss? How long is she gonna live? Where's our risk reward factor?
They have a formula that we don't have our hands
They
on.
do. They got one, man. They got one. And it's the regional.
The townhome was built in 2007.
All right. So let
Hey,
me
one thing Drew said earlier too is that she's willing to pay 750 also. So like if you came back and said that 750, that would help cover maybe taxes and insurance, or if anything, you can say, hey, that'll help you cover that distance if she does outlive the what previously would have been the remaining balance. Is that true, Drew? Did you say she was willing to do 750?
That's what she said she would rent it back for.
Yeah.
That's what she said she could afford to rent it back
I
for.
think that would give you the cushion to make it really work, and you could give her that deal like the Greg or whoever that was just said. But I like that idea that he mentioned too. I think that's very altruistic. But living past 95, I mean, she could be one of those that lived to 110 though. Probably not, but
Not to play devil's advocate with that, Michael, but she got into trouble because of medical expenses, which is
that's
crazy
true.
for older
Might happen
people.
again. Yep.
And at 750, that puts her at 42% of income
Gotcha.
for
Yeah,
just
that's good.
housing. So at 600, she's right at our magical third.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see that.
So I don't know. Like, I just wouldn't want to see her going through this or you being frustrated in 2 years, and maybe you up it 3% or whatever her increase is. But I think to have to pay at that age 42% of your income, I don't know. That's just only because I'm dealing with my in-laws right now. I just would fear that you would get into something.
Yeah, and cost of living just keeps going up. Yeah.
So this is awesome, guys. I mean, this is so cool to get to watch you guys like play around with this in your minds. And so, because every one of you are right. And this is a this is a cool teaching deal, right? This is I mean, this couldn't be more of a creative financing deal. Like it couldn't be more. And so here's my 2 cents on things. So, and I don't know if mine even really matters after all of those great ones. So the first thing, Drew, I would want you to try to have the deal cash flow $100 a month, okay, for yourself. Just make that as a goal. If it cannot, we'll break even on a home that you're creating a large amount of equity in. Totally fine. But I have noticed for myself in the beginning when I broke even on deals, because I did them all the time. I would take over people's mortgages that were completely break even. And because I could buy the house for nothing. I bought it for $0, took it over sub two, was able to break even on it as rentals until I started to learn this game in it. And I noticed that I would neglect those deals a lot because I wasn't making anything on them. So 2 cents, if you can make $100, try to do that.
So that would be if it's 500 plus 50, cash flowing would be 650 per rent.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
That'd be fine. Okay. So try to make a little bit there. You will need, after you guys close, right? She's going to be on the hook with you. All right. And so you don't have to have all this perfect at closing, but take a note. You want to have all these agreements like in place. And by that, I mean, we can do these rent credits with her. Okay. That's totally fine. But we want to have a promissory note with her that strictly outlines the payment terms of this being paid back. That way, when we know where the debt is and when it's satisfied. Okay. We're not just going to give her credit and say that we're doing a $75,000 thing and then she passes away. We had a tenant die Monday in our rental, or was it owner finance? I don't know what it was, but it was a house that we owned and she passed away. Dorothy Chapman was her name. So, and I feel like I'm supposed to say God rest her soul. So I said that. But she was super sweet and she just passed away. And so she was very old and she passed away. So we had agreements in place that we were able to go back that we're going to satisfy with her kids. Okay, so still have that in place. Next, I think the lease agreement, I think that you can draft into that lease agreement if you're going to do this with her that, hey, Dorothy, I need you to plan to do like most of the repairs that you can. Okay, because if I'm going to like just be breaking even on your unit, I can't be sending guys to replace a light bulb for $150. Okay. So I need you to really be willing to help me with that. And I'm probably going to write that in our lease agreement. Okay. You'll have to have a lease with her. Lastly, man, she is of age to where there are lots of programs in Augusta for people that need help, especially elderly. Churches, benefactor, like there's a lot of assistance there. And what I would encourage you to do, and what we have done, is she can get in contact with these. This is all after closing too, man. Like if she's staying in your unit, she has to play ball with you, or you just simply go file eviction. So like this won't be a problem for you, even though the mortgage is in her name, even though you have like she has to play ball with you, or she has to leave, and she won't want to leave because she's only paying $1,000 a month, and most units inside of Augusta are not even going to sniff 1,000. I'm very surprised that this townhome wouldn't rent for a lot more. And so I would encourage her to go get assistance through someone, and you will then move her on a step-up plan to where 2027 is 1,100 a month. 2028 is 1,200 a month. And then you either cap it somewhere in there. But you don't do that till she gets the assistance. Kind of like we all said, you don't want to create a bad tenant by not allowing her to have a life by her spending all of her money on her unit. And so, because we wouldn't owner finance her this home, right? She doesn't make the income.
Right.
Those are the three things there, dude. But I think what you're saying there is just fine. I would be real careful with how now. So all of that aside, when you were just talking with her, you need to be real careful that this doesn't sound complicated.
Right.
Okay. And so the way because look, I mean, Peggy, she was probably cooking. She popped in and wanted clarification on something because she always seems to be cooking when we're doing these calls. But some of us were paying attention and we still needed clarification. Be real careful here. So the way I would phrase this with her, and you know this, is just, hey Debbie, I think we can make this work, but I can't give you 70,000 at closing. But what I can do is I can give you what you want. I can give you the 70 or 90. I don't think it matters, dude. 70 or I think it's fine either. I don't think it matters to you. Um, what I can do is give you X walk away and I can let you stay. Okay. But I need you to help me figure this out together. All right. And so we're going to do this by this way. Does that sound good to you?
Okay.
Let her lay it out, man. She should say yes. There's one, I don't think she has another option. Two, I think it would be really cool for you to do this with her.
Totally.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
All right,
I'll
man.
report back the news. Thanks, team.
Yeah,
Appreciate
dude.
it.
Thanks for letting us kind of dive into it. I have a private money thing that I want to teach on, guys, but I'm going to just save it for another time. And so I got the LLC thing established with you guys. That was one of the checkpoints I want to get off with everybody. And then I'll do some more next week on that. Okay, and I'm going to try to stop here in 11 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to try to stop us at the top of the hour. All right, Miss Amanda. Great deal, though, Drew. That's awesome.
Okay, so I am working with a deal that, well, my lender is, I'm looking at doing it as a DSCR. They have a tenant in the property until February of 2027. And the numbers work for the purchase price that they're asking for with the rent that is already currently collected. So it's a good DSCR candidate. But my lender said that you can't buy from a wholesaler on a DSCR loan. And I'm wondering if my lender is the wrong lender or if you guys have done something like that before.
That's an incorrect statement. Yeah, you can buy it.
It is?
Mhm.
Some lenders
Okay.
won't pay their fee though. So they will pay the purchase price of the house, but they won't pay the wholesaler fee. But that's a
Okay.
lender by lender thing on
Okay.
whether
Because
or not
this,
they'll pay the wholesaler's fee.
well, basically the lender said, hey, the only way you can do this deal, Amanda, is if you are buying it directly from the seller on the actual agreement. And the wholesaler I'm working with, he said he actually thinks he can do this creatively, but I just wanted to ask, like, kind of ask the group here if that's everyone's experience or if I'm just working with the wrong person.
You might not be working with the wrong person. Okay, so I wouldn't shut them off. But like Carrie said, maybe they do things differently than most. And so don't exile your lender because of this statement. But I mean, we buy them with we can buy them through Kiavi on a DSCR loan at any time. Okay, I would
Through a
encourage
wholesale.
you. Yep, I would encourage you, and it'll include the wholesaler fee. I would encourage you to look at it as buying it, and I'll just use Kiavi as an example. You can use your lender. I would encourage you to look at it as buying it with a bridge loan, which is a 12-month loan for those of you who don't know, 12 to 18 months, because you're only going to have to put 10% down and only have to pay interest only, which will be lower than the DSCR payment that is 20% down and principal and interest payment.
Okay, but what would I do after the 12 months then on that one?
Well, you get to enjoy any appreciation that happens, and then you simply refinance the property, and you might pull money out.
Yeah. Okay. That
Do you
might
see
be
what
a
I'm
better
do you see what I'm
option then.
saying there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's why we always buy things on a bridge in our world. Sometimes it stinks for me though. Sometimes I get kicked in the face, and it refinance comes in low. But it's usually like 1 out of 20 houses that happens with.
Okay.
I bet it's more than that. I bet it's more like 1 in 30. But
Okay.
does that
And then
fully
my
make
other,
sense on the bridge piece though?
but well, I guess don't you have to do a repair for the bridge for them to do a bridge?
No.
No.
Nope.
Called a straight bridge. Most people call it just a straight bridge, and it will just be a 12-month loan, no rehab.
Interest
Okay.
only. Big key there, guys. 7% interest only and 7% P&I are not the same.
Mhm.
Okay. Huge difference in them. Interest only loans are fantastic. So we tend to think that it stinks and I should get a DSCR so I can enjoy the principal pay down and locked in rate. Look at an AM schedule sometime, guys. It's all interest anyway for the first 5 or 6 years.
Amanda, I think if you're messing with Kiavi, that's who I have worked with. It does have a repair like a minimum of 5,000 that you have to type in there.
Right.
So I don't know if that you would go to a different lender, and like Carrie said about a straight bridge. I'm not sure, but that's what I've seen too. Is that they have a minimum on Kiavi at least.
It's a good point, but it's a formality. You just input a number and repairs. Like you put $6,000 for flooring, and then you just never do it, and you're not charged interest on it unless you do it.
Well, you will be charged interest on it if you have to do a subordination agreement. So
Yeah, well, that
that's
I'll tell you that, dude. I ain't ever seen that happen.
Don't worry, I'll find all the things you've
Or
never
in
seen.
here. So 330 apprentices, and you found it, and 700 deals, and you found it. So
Yeah, I'm just lucky, I guess.
You are, man. You are. Hey, dude, they make special places in heaven for those people, though, man. So
It's probably going to have a catch too.
yeah, we're studying Revelation right now, and boy, if that thing ain't scary in itself, but it does say that special seed. So, Amanda, are you kind of clear on that now? That bridge piece and that bring that up with your lender, okay? The bridge.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'll bring that up with them. And then my other question was just if you did a DSCR, and because there's a tenant in place until February of 27, is it okay to operate on that same DSCR if I chose to do an owner finance after the tenants moved out? Are you allowed to do that?
Let me make sure I understand. You buy it today on a DSCR, tenant leaves, and then you do a lease option or a contract for deed afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if they saw it any different than, just normal rental.
No, it's just fine. No, because you don't record a lease option, you don't record a contract for deed. And so if you did file them and record them, they could look at them and be like, hey, we don't like this. We either don't want you to do this or please redact it or something along those lines. But they're not recorded. And so it's just fine.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
So what are you gonna get? Are you close on this deal, or round me off with this contract?
Well,
You about to buy
yeah.
this thing? Or
Well, because my lender is like, hey, you need the wholesaler to agree that you and the seller are the only ones going to be on the paperwork. That's what I went to the wholesaler and said, can you make this happen? And they're like, yeah, I think we can, but I'm going to get back to you. And I'm waiting for him to get back to me on that piece. But that's why I wanted to ask you guys, because I was like, do I actually need to do this, or can I do it a different way so we can lock this
no,
deal
you
down?
should. If you like the deal, you should go under contract on it. Then we will figure out the funding piece. Lending One, Kiavi, your lender, Carrie,
Yep.
you'll get that funded, assuming you like the deal. So I think that's the main thing.
Yeah,
If
the money
you'll get it.
works perfectly fine. It's a $500 cash flow with the
Okay.
rent,
Do-
and there's nothing to be done to the house. It's perfect.
Okay, go under contract then to purchase it. We'll
Okay.
figure out everything else after that.
Okay.
That ought to make your hands sweat. So don't
Yeah.
you be calling me Sunday being like, should I go under contract? Because
You know what,
you already
dude?
said
I have
yes.
learned so many highs in this business. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to do it. And then it's like nothing happens. I'm like, oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
feel like my emotions are just like not excitable anymore because of it.
Yeah, I know. It's hard not to get numb to this stuff. So,
Yeah.
all right, girl,
Okay.
have fun with it.
Thanks.
Scott, where you been, dude?
I was on a nightmare phone call with an insurance company.
Oh boy.
Two,
I thought
two
that always
hours
went
to
good.
get a ridiculous overpriced quote.
Okay. Hey, brother, hit me with it. I've got to get off here at the top of the hour and do a
Yep,
few.
this one's just a quick question. Is one of the things you talked about having people work for you that were doing the sales, and you had them do both the initial call and the follow-up call. What is the process for hiring people, And then like, how do you compensate them? And do you have them sign a non-disclosure agreement?
All of the above, yes. So, and I still have my old job ads for when I was hiring acquisition and disposition guys. I assume you would be talking about acquisitions right now. And
Yeah.
I'll elaborate on this quickly and then we can continue the conversation. Okay. For most of you right now, guys, I would hire, if you're going to hire somebody, because we're all in different positions. Okay. And so this is kind of a cool thing to tell you guys. I, my acquisition guy now is also acquisition and disposition, which just is a fancy word. He buys homes and he sells them. And I really like that. I like my home buyer being responsible for selling his inventory that he buys. I really like that model. And so the compensation is $2,500 for the buy. And then I have kind of a unique, like hockey stick compensation that's fun for selling. Okay. And the job ad is I do a job posting. I record a video just like this and say, hey, my name's Travis. I'm looking for a new home buyer and a dispositions. You'll get to do both. I'm looking to buy 1 to 2 houses a month. I think you will make $4,000 to $6,000 a month. Unless you buy another one, then it'll be about 6,000 to 8,000. And so I want you to have home buying and home selling experience in the investment space. Please send your cover letter and resume to this email.
You say it was a compensation for the sell. You said 2,500 for the buy, but what was the sell?
The sale's a little unique. So it is $200 per every 100 in cash flow you create and 15% of the down payment.
So 200 for every 100 in cash flow. And then what was the
15% of the down payment?
10% of down payment? Okay.
Incentivizes them to go get you some big O down payments. You know, the first time I ever moved my home buyer to that, or Michael to that, I kid you guys not, he got $100,000 down payment. First time I did that. I cut him a 15 grand check 1 week after I changed that compensation for him.
See,
and I wasn't upset. I was just a little shocked about it. But.
Yeah. Is the oh my gosh, my phone started ringing. 1099 or W2?
1099.
1099. Okay. All right, where'd you post your jobs ads at?
Facebook.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm just sending a text letting them know I'll be 1 minute late.
Okay.
Yep, I just did it through Facebook. You probably have some military pages that you could do it as well. I would definitely post it in equity buyers because there should be some people that would apply for it inside of here. I have a Pace Morby's Facebook group, and that will be more than you could handle.
It's called Face Morby?
Pace Morby, P-A-C-E, Morby. I really like that you don't know who that guy is. So he's
Okay.
actually he's a phenomenal like investor. I mean that like I love that you don't know who that is. So because I bet most people do. He's kind of like Grant Cardone. He might be bigger than Cardone, actually. But
Okay.
his Facebook group's
All
got
right.
like 160,000 people in it. And so I'd probably make the post last in there. Okay.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And hey, if you are going to do this, we need to talk a little bit more about that before you do that.
Yeah, I'm not there
Okay.
yet, but
Okay. Okay.
I saw it in something you had, and I just wanted to start thinking through that as I'm building my business.
Yeah. My home buyers typically would make 8 to 10 grand a month. So I had 3 of them at one point, and so it was pretty good, man. It's pretty good. And they do pretty well. So more they make, just the better it is for you guys. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Go out and make a hand over fist for me, for you.
yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, it's a cool thing, right? We're doing really good stuff by buying and selling homes. You guys are now seeing that, right? We're helping a seller. Drew, you just see it with Drew. Drew is literally saving this woman from foreclosure and going to enable her to get 70 to 90 grand where she would get nothing. Pretty cool. Then people were going to be able to owner finance homes. Then we provide jobs for contractors. Then we buy a whole bunch of materials and pay taxes on all of that to help the economy. And then you can provide incredible jobs for people to be able to work from home, spend time with their family, and be compensated really well. Real estate's freaking awesome when you look at it from those standpoints. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I found a lawyer in Texas from the group. Somebody posted it in there. It's awesome. I had a conversation with him this morning. We're set, ready to roll. So
wonderful, dude. Wonderful. All right, guys. Hey, hit me up if you guys need anything at all. Tomorrow is my son and my dad's birthday, and so I'm planning on running the call, but there might be one caveat. We're going to Holiday World, and so I'm taking them there for their birthdays, and I might have Jared Russell run tomorrow's call. So if you don't see me, it'll be Jared, but I'm planning on being there for now. So
Welcome to Indiana.
I'll be in Indiana. Yeah.
The turkey shooting ride is the best one.
Is it? Okay, cool. You better hide your deals, Deirdre. I might have to get on my laptop, or Megan told me I had to leave it here. Anyway, might buy a house while I'm there. So have a great rest of your day, guys. Get a hold of me if you need anything at all. See you.
take care.
Thanks, Travis. I'll text you.
My pleasure.